is Nick Stahl with Family First Life. Today I'm going to be going over the financial inventory. The financial inventory is basically a list of questions that we'll go over with the client in order to understand their full situation, so we can make a complete recommendation as well as find secondary sale opportunities such as IULs and annuities. Now, before you're getting into this, as you're transitioning from setting up the appointment, outlining it, you want to remind the client of the other services we take care of. So I'll let them know that I handle traditional life insurance, mortgage insurance, final expense, as well as retirement income planning. So let the client know that we're going to go over a list of questions so I can better understand their situation to make a recommendation. So first, I'm going to be confirming the information. John, I have you as a 67-year-old male, a non-smoker, you're taking blood pressure and cholesterol, and you're type 2 diabetic. Is that correct? Say yes. John, is there any other medical information I need to be aware of? Any other diagnoses, illnesses, anything at all? He says no. Okay, great. Now, in regards to the mortgage, I have a $130,000 new purchase. We have your payment listed at $1,200 a month. Do you know the approximate value of your home or what it was appraised at? Now, whatever they list, that's what I'm going to go with. If he believes his house is worth $300,000, that's what I'm going to use. I'm also going to ask him in regards to the term. Was this a traditional 30-year term, or did you do a 15? And then I'm going to ask him in regards to, is he putting any additional money down towards the payment, anything to pay it off early? The reason being is that if he's paying an extra $200 a month to pay off the home early, I can come back later and show him how that $200 can be either better allocated into the product we're going to recommend, or even doing an IUL where he can get more bang for his buck. After that, I'm going to go into the income. If it's a husband and wife, I want to know if their income is from wages, if it's from Social Security, or if it's from a pension. If it's from a pension, I'm going to ask if they have survivorship. I'll say, John, do you have a survivorship on that? If he says yes, is that 50% or 100%? Because that's going to determine how much money his spouse is going to get, if any, when he passes. Next, we're going to move on to life insurance. Say, John, do you have any active life insurance policies? If he says yes, the first thing out of my mouth is, I'm going to need you to go get those policies. I'm not asking him if he can get them or if he knows where it's at. I'm saying, I need you to go get those policies. The reason being is you want to know exactly what they have. The majority of people, probably 70% or more, think they have one thing and they actually have something completely different. So we want to know exactly the type of coverage, is it term or permanent? We want to know the face amount, we want to know their payment, we want to know if that's going to be an increasing payment, because that's going to give us opportunity to replace the policy, put them into something better. Transitioning right from that, I'm going to ask the golden question. Now, John, do you have anything that acts like life insurance? Any sort of lump sum assets that Mary would be able to use to help pay off the mortgage? Anything like retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, any sort of stocks, bonds, any annuities, anything like that. Now, if John says no, that means they have no lump sum assets at all. So we're going to have the opportunity for an IUL as long as they have some discretionary income. If they say yes, then that means they do have some sort of lump sum asset. We're going to be able to use that into an annuity. Now, if he says yes, the only information I need to know is the type of account and approximately how much money. So if John says yes, I'll say, okay, what type of account is that? I have an IRA. And approximately how much money is in it? Just ballpark. You want to keep it very vague because at this point they haven't invited me into their home to talk about their retirement. I just want a rough ballpark, which we're going to come back to later. Next, I'm going to ask in regards to debts. Do they have any outstanding debts, any loans, any credit cards? The reason this is important is especially in regards to the credit cards. If they're making $500 a month in payments across a couple different cards, we're going to be able to show them how they could do a zero balance transfer for 24 months. You can use tools like NerdWallet, which allow them to do this, drop their monthly payments. Let's say it saves them $300 a month. Now we can use that towards the premium for the product we're recommending. It could be used for an IUL or another secondary product. Lastly, I'm going to go into the background. Say, John, do you have any issues with your criminal background record or driving record, any DUIs or license suspensions? Throw in a joke so you don't rob banks or anything like that, just to keep it light. At this point, at the end, I'll start asking questions in regards to their why. Asking them, what do you want to happen to the home when you die? I'm asking what's the situation where, is it something where they want to stay in the home, or is it more of a situation of they're going to sell the home and downsize? Start asking questions in regards to who's the home going to go to if they both passed away. Is that going to their kids or grandkids? And really uncovering what those hot buttons are. At the end, I'm then going to thank them and say, thank you for answering these questions. This gives me a complete idea of what your situation is. This way I'm going to be able to make a recommendation, and then we're going to start digging through that with whatever product you're going to go through. And that is the financial inventory. Thank you.